Good morning, America. This is Generic News at 9. I'm your host, Sam Hall. I am joined here today with Emma. Today on Generic News at 9, we have sports, weather, and your top news stories. And now, let's start it off. New in the news, a cow caught on fire due to global warming. It was utterly ridiculous. I guess that steak will be medium well.
That's a good one, Sam. All right, apparently the cow caught on fire because of global warming. They release methane gases, which does not help. The cow was just grilling when it simultaneously caught on fire.
So it's not all the methane gas. Is it also a little help from the sun and the heat that day?
Yes, it did.
Because I heard it was recorded at 86 degrees.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that hot, but the methane gases which they release does cause, it's kind of like adding fuel to the fire. You see, it's pretty dangerous for it to be like that.
That's one steak I would like to eat. All right, next up we have a new study showed that potatoes, yes, potatoes you buy every day at your everyday supermarket, can be used in some certain cars, some brands, some models. Potatoes can be used as fuel for your car. So say goodbye to gasoline and say hello to potatoes. Do you know what brands or models this can be used from and any chemical reactions? Why?
Usually Borscht. I heard.
What about Pevy?
Oh yeah, several of those models, but only certain ones like the Pevy 20X.
20X.
And then there's the Boyota, I think.
Boyota.
Yeah.
I heard the Boyota Nanry. Boyota Nanry. So if you're buying a Boyota Nanry, make sure to stock up on potatoes.
All right. But potatoes have created an environmental friendly alternative to gasoline that's really good for our environment, and it's going to save a lot of money.
We will keep you updated with more information from that because that is very groundbreaking. Next up, we have selling emotions. Yes, you can buy emotions on the black market, of course. But dopamine, as we all know, is the chemical reaction for happiness. And that chemical reaction can be extracted and it can be injected within the bloodstream and make you happy. This is a terrorist got it on the black market. Do you know how this can be used badly or how it can use positively? Do you know?
Well, some of the effects can be negative. Like if you inject too much, you might have an overdose, which will not be good because you will have a very warm sensation, a calm feeling, and you might be put into a coma due to this feeling. Dopamine is being sold on the black market as happiness-inducing drug. Apparently, money can buy happiness.
That's very good. All right. We are supposed to get some meteorites today or someday this week. We have more on that. Weather? All right, so almost time for weather. All right. Weather this week, I heard it will be sunny. I heard a little rain, but here, we're ready. All right, more on that.
Thank you so much, Sam. Well, as he has previously said, this week has been amazing and sunny, with highs up to 81 degrees and lows as low as 60. Unfortunately, there will be meteorite showers on Friday from 3 o'clock to 6. Wait, what day is it again, you guys?
It's Friday.
Thank you, Sam.
Right.
Back to you.
We have one more story before the break. Pair selling exploding TVs in homes across America with gunpowder in the wires. We have more on that?
Pair brand TVs have become a huge product.
Not just TVs, but phones, tablets, iPods, everything.
Yeah, they sell various products, and they have become so popular that someone has actually bought the company, and they have began to explode in homes.
That is very dangerous for everyone. All right, thank you very much. We will be taking a short break, but we'll be right back with the top news stories and now a word from our sponsors.
Photographer and a visual artist.
Well, the difference is not a lot. To put it simply, I'm a visual artist. Okay, I use photography, but I use other means to express myself.
Montgomery Community Media offers many courses.
Half the people getting to know these awesome people whom I work with and I'm learning with, and great teachers, and it's also like, oh, this is how TV works.
When I'm watching shows like talk shows or even, exercise shows, things like that, I look at it so differently.
That kind of like, there is a guy sitting at a giant board filled with buttons just pushing them. That makes sense.
We teach our students how to be the reporter, the shooter, and the editor for their very own news pieces.
This is a good opportunity to learn about different ways of documentary and editing.
My dad got an email from someone and he told me it was going to be a good opportunity to learn how to edit, shoot videos, and interview people.
It's really good and you should come to MCM Backpack Journalism class because it's exciting and it's actually really fun.
MCM to me means opportunity. It's giving me the opportunity to gain experience on an actual show that airs on the network. And I don't think I'll be able to get that experience anywhere else. So it's been a great experience for me so far.
For anybody that hasn't taken one of the MCM classes, I encourage you, go out, try it, you won't regret it. You'll have an experience that you're gonna see how the cameras work, and actually an opportunity to be part of video production. That's what I would recommend anybody that's interested in MCM.
Generic News at 9. I'm your host, Sam Hall. We are joined with Emma, continue talking about sports, weather, and top news stories. Breaking news, this just happened. A bank manager robs his own bank of $1.2 million. More on that?
This bank manager robbed his own bank. Well, I guess money does change people, but this bank manager also accused one of his fellow employees of the robbery.
Do you know if he's going to get away with it? I mean, it just happened, so.
He actually has escaped. No one has known where he is. But the police are continuing this search, and
Hold on, I'm going to have to stop right there. I'm hearing they locked him in a house in New Mexico, and they have him surrounded. We'll keep you updated later on that. All right, very interesting stuff. Do you have any idea on how long it took for this process, this planning?
Apparently, he had just got the idea somehow, because his friend actually was in debt because his wife had been pregnant and they had to pay the bill, so he did that for them.
Good friend, bad person. All right. Next up, we have air balloons. Yes, air balloons that people, ride in are causing fumes, and they're largely disappearing.
Air balloons are releasing toxic fumes to create clouds and suddenly disappear. Up, and away suddenly has a new meaning.
Very funny. Do you know what kind of fumes is caused, or what's the disappearing rate?
Well, millions are disappearing a day.
Millions?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very shocking occurrence, but it's all over the world. These branded, I forgot what the brand name is. Do you happen to know?
LexCorp.
Oh, all right. Well, that's it. And this LexCorp brand is creating several, and it's swiping across the world.
Wow, that's very interesting. All right. Now we have sports. Tell us what's happening nowadays in sports.
Thank you, Sam. Not much happened. Good teams won, bad teams lost. But in more important news, the Old England traders have started using a new drug, the Devil's Breath, to bend the other teams to their will. They've been using it on them during games, and now they've basically been undefeated. First it was the deflating of balls, now it's this. What's next, traders? But in better news, curling is now the national sport of Canada. Back to you, Sam.
Wow, very, very cool stuff. Two things. One, the Old England traders didn't deflate any balls. And also, curling is very good because you don't need any janitors, right? Because you're mopping it up. Anyway, our last story here, a new Neptune rover discovered a layer with a picture of what appears to be Santa Claus. He was then begging for peace. Christmas tree, more like Christmas plea. More on that?
The new Neptune rover discovered a secret layer that reportedly belonged to Santa, a mask of Santa's signature face, next to a photograph of the real Santa, which was an alien. Surprise, surprise, kids.
Wow, that's just unbelievable. It must be devastating on the kids all around. And how long has the rover been on, and why didn't it discover it sooner or later?
It has been on Neptune for 2.5 years. It's been a very long time and a very long search. They have discovered objects, but not really relevant. So this has created a really shocking
upstir.
Yeah, it has.
Do you know if anyone else was with him, or was he the only person? Or alien?
There was small children, like people. I think there were his elves, and there were also these cannibalistic reindeers.
Very, very shocking stuff. All right. That's very good. All right. Thank you very much for watching Generic News at 9. I'm your host, Sam Hull, with Emma. That's right.
Now that the cat is out of the bag, the dog is in.
And that's the way. I like it. Thank you, and have a good night.